What's up, guys, and welcome back to Wake Up Entertainment. So, just shortly, I'm going to play you a clip of a social worker that was very close to Kelly. Kelly went to the social worker seeking emotional support and also sharing everything like challenges that she was going through. But now, this witness that was close to Kelly is now revealing everything in court. She is now testifying as a state witness. This is what she said.
Ukubuyela back kwisizathu sokuba uRachel angayanga esikolweni.
To go back to the reason as to why
uJoshlin engayanga esikolweni.
Joshlin didn't go to school.
Ukhanganye
na rede waarom Joshlin to school to was nie.
uMiss Smith ye wakhankanya ukuba uJoshlin ebengenayo isepha yokuhlamba impahla zabantwana.
Miss Smith was said that she didn't have some soap as to clean the clothes of the children. Sy het gesê sy het seep om die kinders se klere skoon te maak.
Uye waqhubekeka xa ebuzwa ukuba unalo na umsebenzi and ukuba uyayifumana igrant yabantwana.
When a question was posed whether she's employed, does she receive the social grant? Toe 'n vraag aan toe gevra was of sy werksaam is of sy die kinders toelaat kry.
Uye waminforma ke uNonhlalonhle ukuba uphangelela uMrs Kelly Zigas as domestic worker.
She informed the social worker that she was working as a domestic worker for Mr. Kelly Zigas.
uMrs Zigas ebeye amncedise ngokuthenga into ezifana nokutya for abantwana bakhe.
From her, assistance she would get assistance from the Zigas for her to buy food for her and her children.
Kunokuba amnike imali.
Instead of giving her money. Say that sy wel werksaam is vir mevrou Zigas. Mr. Zigas so far geld, so far kos gekoop in plek van te geld te gee.
Zeke yena ngegrant ebeyifumana kwabantwana bakhe ababini uJoshlin noRequin.
Byna het sy wel gekry vir die twee kinders dat is Joshlin en Requin.
Athenge ii-toiletries nezinye izidingo zekhaya.
Sy so ander goede vir huishoud. She said that she would receive the social grant for Requin and Joshlin, which she would use to buy toiletries and some other stuff.
So this social worker revealed all the financial challenges that Kelly was going through at that time. She's stating that Kelly was receiving social grants, which she was using to buy food for herself and everybody around her. And on top of that, Kelly had requested for a secure placement where she could stay in. That's when she was then prepared, a social assessment report for her to get this shelter placement. So on top of these challenges that Kelly was facing, this social worker also testified that Kelly had like a challenge with substance abuse. So they were like working with her through a rehabilitation for her to recover, and stop doing all of that and find a way, to make a living for herself and actually work and earn money for herself. But on top of that, there is also another big challenge that was revealed, and it was revealed that Kelly had like failed to get a birth certificate for her youngest child, that is Rachel. So whilst you are seated there, you might be wondering, how do these financial struggles, matter in court? This is like something really personal. Why should they be testifying about this in court? Well, the key issue is that this matters in legal proceedings because it concerns the welfare of your own children. A lack of financial resources can actually like directly contribute to neglect. If Kelly is not able, to provide these basic necessities like food, clothing, hygiene, etc., it demonstrates her inability to provide adequate care. Not only that, these financial struggles, they are then like exacerbated by these substance abuse issues, which like further complicate the issue of poverty that she was facing. So the main theme that was being revealed here was Kelly's inability to parent effectively. And on top of that, obviously, the court would also be looking at situations like, was the Department of Social Development able to provide the correct assistance for Kelly? So obviously, this is a huge task for the defense, and they're obviously going to look at issues like bias and assumptions. The defense, I can see them arguing that the social workers' assessments are based on assumptions or biasness rather than concrete evidence. They're like, will be questioning the objectivity of the social workers' observations, particularly regarding Kelly Smith's use of substance abuse. But on the positive side, though, when you're looking at Kaylee, you can see that she had like a willingness to actually like fight, for survival by engaging with social services and the efforts to enter into rehab, going all the way to try and get shelter. And in this scenario, I can see the prosecution definitely fighting to link, this instability to Joshlin Smith. They are going to be arguing the factors such as the environment itself. It was really vulnerable and risky. But here there's a big question that can be raised. Like such issues, should they be discussed in court? Because what is now happening here is that these issues, like, they are now touching, on privacy issues. It's now getting really, really personal. But the key issue is that these issues are actually like relevant to the current case. So this information, it can actually help the court, to make informed decision about custody, care, and protection orders. So as much as they are like the other side effects, like privacy concerns, you don't want to be revealing such things to the public, but it's also relevant to the court itself. So this evidence that is being revealed by this social worker, it's admissible in court. But the challenge that is there that I've seen with this social worker's testimony is that she mostly relied heavily on second-hand information. So the issue is that, was there any attempt, to verify these accounts independently? So one of the key issues is that this social worker, she is speaking as a state witness, like, is she speaking and expressing herself? Are these like personal opinions or biases in her testimony? Because as a social worker, what was her primary role in supporting Kelly? Was it to support Kelly or to investigate her? Or maybe, you never know, she had like this deep-seated interest in Kaylee right from the beginning. And if it is so, it should have been revealed right from the beginning of this testimony. That information is very, very important because it helps the court to be able to make an informed decision when they start analyzing this evidence. Because it's very possible for a witness to be biased against somebody else, especially maybe if they were like a nuisance, for example, at work, and they were just one problematic customer. So it has to be revealed. And if you have anything more, tell me in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.